How you guys doing? What's going on, you guys? Dogg, Anti-Imperial to Chill here. That's my artist name. I'm a recording artist. One name, three personalities. Dogg, Anti-Imperial to Chill. You get the camera right. Dogg, Anti-Imperial to Chill, you guys. One name, three personalities. What's up? Chloe Dodge 142. Chloe Dodge 142. I see you. What's going on? Dogg, Anti-Imperial to Chill here, you guys. My artist name. I'm a recording artist. One name, three personalities. Dogg, Anti-Imperial to Chill. Dogg is kind of like a thug. He's a little bit gangster. Dogg is all about, like, he's sexually explicit, but he's a clown, likes to have fun. You can't take Dogg seriously or anything like that, you guys. He's a dork. He's a nerd. That's Dogg. Anti-Imperial is more of who I truly am. That's why Anti-Imperial is in the center. Real Housewives, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? It's all good. What's going on, the Real Housewives? It's all good. Anti-Imperial is more of who I truly am. That's why Anti-Imperial is in the center. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the Chill. Anti-Imperial is all about upliftment, education. How you doing? The beautiful Cortland Ryan. Upliftment, education, micro and macro economics, international political science, world history, geographical studies. Who is that? Jamil Gunnings with a Z. I see you. What's going on? Jamil Gunnings, it's all good. Messy and shady, Real Housewives, messy and shady as usual. It's all good. They're getting real. Cortland Ryan says they're getting messier. It's all good. Real Housewives. You guys, it's all good, you guys. Anti-Imperial is all about upliftment, education, international political science, micro and macroeconomics, world history, philosophy, psychology, physiology, sociology, and things like that. That is Anti-Imperial. And the Chill is the last name. The Chill is hopeless romantic, all about falling in love, raising a family, and things like that. Vic out here, I see you, my brother. What's going on? It's all good. You guys, this is Diversity Outspoken. We do this every Wednesday, every Sunday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. So every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone, and every Sunday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. We call this Diversity Outspoken because we speak about a diverse range of topics, meaning that we speak about anything and everything, and we are outspoken or straight to the point about those topics. Here on Diversity Outspoken, we have one rule and one rule only, and that is that you guys remain respectful of the environment of Diversity Outspoken as a whole, and remain respectful of one another. We can agree, we can disagree, just remain respectful of the environment of Diversity Outspoken as a whole, and remain respectful of one another. I wouldn't want to block anybody here, but I will if I have to. But I never have to do that with you guys because we're one big happy family and everybody is always respectful of each other. Every day I do a daily historical post, you guys. So if you guys ever get bored or just want to see what happened on that particular day, going back centuries, going back decades, or going back thousands of years. I should say going back decades, centuries, or thousands of years. That's better order. But you guys know what I mean. If you ever want to see what happened on that particular day in history, going back years, you guys can check out my daily historical posts. I put those on Instagram and TikTok every single day. It's better on Instagram only because Instagram gives me the space to be as detailed as possible, but I put those on TikTok nevertheless. You guys, in order to get in touch with me on Instagram and TikTok, you can get in touch with me at anti_imperial. You see it right here on the shirt at anti_imperial. Don't forget that underscore at anti_imperial. On Instagram and TikTok at anti_imperial. Don't forget that underscore on Instagram and TikTok at anti_imperial. On YouTube, you guys, to subscribe to my YouTube, the only difference between Instagram and TikTok and YouTube is that YouTube has no underscore. So Instagram and TikTok has an underscore. YouTube, no underscore. Instagram and TikTok has an underscore. So Instagram and TikTok is at anti_imperial. YouTube is just Anti-Imperial with a space in between. That's the only difference between YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Instagram and TikTok has an underscore. YouTube has no underscore. YouTube is just Anti-Imperial with a space in between. You guys, if you have me on Instagram, the easiest way to subscribe to my YouTube is go to my Instagram bio page. You guys know we all get an Instagram or IG bio page. And on that Instagram or that IG bio page, you get that one line for a link. And that one line for a link will always be my latest video. So if you have me on Instagram, go to my Instagram or IG bio page, click that link, that video will come up, it will be a YouTube video, and all you have to do when that YouTube video comes up is go ahead and hit the subscribe button right then and there, and you'll be subscribed, and I appreciate that, you guys. This will be uploaded onto YouTube, so if you are watching this on YouTube, you can get in touch with me through Instagram and TikTok, because my Instagram and TikTok links are in the description below. So if you are watching this on YouTube, my Instagram and TikTok links are in the description below, and I'd appreciate that, you guys. Skate_or_die 666228. I see you. It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to all the skaters and surfers out there, man. If y'all didn't know, them my dogs. Them my homeboys and homegirls right there. All my skaters and surfers, for sure, for sure, for sure. They out there protesting with the people. If y'all didn't know, man. Shout out to all my skaters and all my surfers out there around the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. You guys, that being said, let's get right into it. So, last time, you guys, I did, what we did proactive versus reactive. This time we're going straight up. This time the topic is black people, white people. Part 1. Black people, white people, part 1. This is going to be very educational, you guys. So it's going to be interesting to talk about. I'm not going to hit on any points that people usually hit on. You guys know here on Diversity Outspoken, I try to give you guys a new, fresh, but educational point that many people haven't really been talking about or thinking about. Right? So you guys know the protests and all that stuff started from the, George Floyd. You guys, well, George Floyd was the straw that broke the camel's back. It really started because of the ongoing violence that police officers have inflicted onto the African American community over there in the United States, especially on African Americans who were either unarmed or were carrying an illegal firearm, not on their person. But, like, for example, when the police ask, like, oh, do you have a firearm in the car? They'd be like, oh, yeah, I have a firearm in the car. I'm registered to carry it. And the police would shoot them anyway, right? So all those type of things. And then you have this thing with, George Floyd. This is an ongoing thing. I mean, this thing goes back for hundreds of years, you guys. You guys didn't know. You guys know the KKK or the Ku Klux Klan, those guys who wear the pointy hats. After the Civil War was over and the KKK was created, all those guys in those pointy hats, those white robes with the pointy hats, those guys, the majority of those guys used to be police officers back then. So police officers killing African Americans, killing people in the black community has been a long-going issue, I should say. So George Floyd is just another situation that happened, but this just happened to be the straw that broke the camel's back on this particular situation. Okay. As I said the other day, everybody should be mourning George Floyd because he was a human being, no matter what color you are. And you see that a lot over social media and things like that. And that's good to see. I like to see that whenever I can. Even in the protests, you have many of, as I said before, shout out to all my skaters and surfers. You have many of the, many Caucasian kids, many white kids, just as many white kids marching as black people, And so that's good to see also, you guys. Black people have to really realize that black people are only 13% of the population. Let me say that again. Black people are only 13% of the U.S. population. Let me say that one more time. African Americans are only 13% of the U.S. population. Black people are only 13% of the U.S. population. It fluctuates between 13 and 14%, but right now it's like 13%. Do you guys understand what that means? 13%. Think about how small 13% is out of 100. Out of 100%. Not 30%. Not 33, not 30%, not 23, 13%. I think that black people think that there's more black people than there actually is in the United States, only because black people are always concentrated to a certain area. So where black people live, who is that? PHINNEY 1.23 Finny 1.23. I see you. It's all good. I think that that black people, since they live around each other, mostly, I think that they think it's a lot more of us over there than there really is, because we're concentrated into like certain areas. So, for example, we're concentrated to like the big cities. So like you go to like Chicago, or you go to like Miami, parts of Miami, or you go to like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. You go to parts of like Tampa, part Atlanta, Georgia, right? Atlanta's a great example. Atlanta, Georgia, you know what I'm saying? New York, of course, big cities, right? Detroit, Houston, Texas, you know what I'm saying? Places like that, right? LA, Los Angeles, California. So you go to certain cities and you see like black people are concentrated in those cities. So it seems like to us, it seems like to black people that there's a lot of us in the United States, and it's like, man, we can take the fight to the man, we can take the fight to the government, man. It's so many of us. Black people are only 13, not 30, you guys. 13% of the U.S. population. 13. So for everybody out there that's saying like, no justice, no peace, I understand that, right? But for everybody out there that really thinks, because there's a lot of like African Americans that are over there, a lot of black people in the United States that are like, man, we're going to overthrow the government. We're going to fight back. We're going on heavy tones, Tonez, I see you. A lot of black people are like, well, we're going to fight back. We're going to fight back. You guys, we are 13%. If you're going to go into a war with somebody, at least be close to half. So I'm just here for a reality check for all my black brothers and sisters over there in the U.S. You would not be able to win any war with the government of the U.S. You cannot overthrow the government of the U.S. Daniel Gomez with an S, A-B-C. Daniel Gomez with an S, A-B-C. I see you. There's no way you can win a war with the U.S. There's not going to be any overthrowing of the government. I understand no justice, no peace, but eventually you guys are going to have to find peace somewhere. I know people don't want to hear this, but I'm here to give you guys the truth. Facts and stats. I'm here for facts and stats. Also, for black people talking about, there's some talking about, oh, this should be a race war. We are 13% of the population. 13% out of 100%. You know how small that is? This is like, the percentage was much smaller with the Jewish people. This is like for lack of a better example, this is like the Jews in Germany when Hitler took over. If your population is so small and the government has their military in place, they have good infrastructure with their armed forces, you really think you can take over the government? Superstar 617, I see you, sister. Do y'all really think y'all can do that? So I understand the frustration for many African Americans in the United States. I understand. I understand no justice, no peace. But you guys, there's nothing to find but peace, you guys. You can protest. You should protest. But all this talk of, we're going to take over the government, we're going to show them, we're not going to quit, we ain't going to do what they say. Maybe if black people were 50% of the U.S. population, but we are 13%. 13! And for what's going on right now, you see a lot of stuff on social media, you know what I'm saying? You see like people are, protesters, black and white and stuff like that. You see the protesters breaking in, they're looting stores. You see a lot of, not the protesters, but looters. I should differentiate that. There's protesters that are for Black Lives Matter that are really honoring the memory of George Floyd, but then you have looters. But you see like the looters and things like that, you guys, they're stealing things, and some of it is funny and things like that, right? Stealing a SWAT truck in Florida and things like that, you know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. You guys understand that the US government is letting that happen. The US military, the US government, the police are letting that happen, you guys. If the US government, thank God the US government, we were there, we have our constitution, we're about democracy and things like that. You guys, the US government was like Saudi Arabia or even China or Russia. They would be shooting live bullets into those crowds. And it would end pretty quickly. So, before you guys feel like, man, look, we're doing so much, we can do so much if we come together. We're only doing right now what the US government is letting us do. The US government has airplanes, they have helicopters that are armed. If they really was like, you know what, hell with this, we going to quiet up all the black people. They could go over any hood. They could drop missiles. They could shoot missiles. They could drop bombs. And before you're like, oh man, no government would ever do that. That happens all the time in the Middle East. You guys know I spend most of my time in Asia or the Middle East. Those Middle Eastern Arab dictators, they will gas their own people in a second. They will shoot missiles on their own people if they don't behave. Studio in the Groves, I see you. So just know, you guys, that the U.S. government is allowing everybody to protest as much as they are. They're allowing that. Don't think that y'all have some power and y'all have scared the U.S. government. The U.S. military is one of the most powerful, it's the most powerful military in the world. Right up there next to China's right up there. Russia's right up there because of their nuclear weapons. China because of nuclear weapons and population. China has that population that's crazy. Over here, But understand protesters and understand looters, because I'm not putting protesters and looters in the same thing. You have protesters who are Black Lives Matter and they're doing the right thing and they're trying to, they're trying to respect the memory of George Floyd. But then you have looters who are doing other things that's not really respecting the memory of George Floyd. But just understand the U.S. government can stop it whenever they want to. So don't think that because you guys are running around, quote unquote, willy-nilly, for an old school term, right? Like back in the days, back in like the 50s, you're running around willy-nilly, right? For all you guys think you're running around willy-nilly and that is just like that, and that you guys are scaring the government or you guys have power or they can't do anything to stop you, the U.S. military can stop you guys within like 1 hour if they wanted to. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so you're going to have to find African Americans, black people in the U.S. You're going to have to find peace. Understand, no justice, no peace, but you're going to have to find peace. And the only way you can get the rights that you want is one or two ways. There's only one or two ways that you can get the rights that you want. I see you, Vic, for sure. Appreciate it. There's only one or two ways. You can either do like the Jewish people did in World War II and leave. The Jewish people left Germany. Hitler took over. Hitler started to kill all of them. They said, man, F this, we out of here. They left Germany. Went to other places. Many of them came to the United States. Many of them came to Israel. Many of them went to Chile. Some went to Argentina. So the first option not saying first like in like, this is the first thing you should do, but you guys have two options. One option is that black people, if you don't like it in the U.S., you can leave. I'm just saying, like, that's one option. I know, I understand. Yeah, y'all gonna hate me. Yeah. F Anti-Imperial. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hate me. Black Twitter, get on me. Y'all gonna hate me. F Anti-Imperial. But the one option is you can leave. You can leave the U.S. You can go somewhere else, and you guys can then, fight for your rights in that place or something like that, or start fresh or whatever. That's the first option. The other option, though, which is the option that's more realistic, in my opinion, because to leave a whole country and try to set up in a whole other country, you're talking about, to me, that's not realistic. Because first of all, if everybody's going to end up leaving, you got to make sure the other country even wants that many people coming into their country at the same time. Because having that many people leave one country to go into another country is going to affect the other country's economics. If black people was like, you know what? Like I said, there's two options. I'll get to the second option in a second. Juliana Ribe, I see you. You guys, if black people were going to just get up and just like, if you guys want to go with the first option I said, you guys want to get up and leave, do you know what that would be to like have that many people get up and go to another country? The other country already might have problems with people. The other country might already have job employment problems to where all the people, there's no country where everybody in the country is working. So whatever country, if black people decided to go to another country because y'all just hate the U.S. that much, if any country y'all decided to go to, they're going to have economic problems. They're going to have unemployment problems because not everybody in any country is working. So when you get up and you have all those black people say, we hate the U.S., we want to go to another country, the other country going to be like, man, y'all ain't coming here. We already got economic problems. We already got unemployment problems. And with the COVID-19 coronavirus, man, we got businesses shut down. Y'all definitely ain't coming over here. Studio in the Grove says, I grew up in the 50s and 60s, and I stand with all people because I wasn't allowed to back then. It's sad. Definitely Studio in the Grove. 50s and 60s was a crazy time. Studio in the Grove will tell you, crazy time. Y'all think things are bad with, I'm not saying things are good, but y'all think things are bad with like the police killing like George Floyd and stuff like that, and killing these unarmed black men? Man, in the 60s, first of all, in the 50s, and see, you're talking about like Emmett Till. Look it up if you don't know. Look up Emmett Till if you don't know the story. And then you're talking about not only the police killing people, but you're talking about you had like Klan members, like just white citizens, like killing people, kind of like what happened with that young man, what was his name, Ahmad in Georgia recently, to where you had many Caucasians in the 50s and 60s that would just do what they wanted to do. The church bombing in Birmingham, the 4 little girls. Think things are bad now. You're talking about, man, they were knocking off leaders. They were knocking off leaders in the 60s, you guys. They were knocking off leaders. Like, they were knocking off presidents like JFK. They were knocking off leaders like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr. They were knocking off presidential candidates like Robert F. Kennedy. Like, assassinating leaders. Like freedom riders. Student on Grove says, yes, it was so sickening. So, black people being 13% of the population, you're not going to overthrow the U.S. government. Studio Negro says it was so sickening because they had souls. Definitely Studio Negro. Black people, you're not going to take over the government. You're only 13% of the population. We're only 13% of the population, you guys. 13, not 30. 13% out of 100. Out of 100. 13 out of 100. So, one option is you can do like the Jews did, the Jewish people did. Number 4, UBECE, L for UBC. How are you doing? How have you been, sister? Good to see you. You can do like the Jews did for World War II. You can leave Miami Bay, Miami_Bay. I see you. How you doing, sister? Love the blackout. Love the blackout avatar. Profile pic. Love it, Miami Bay. You can leave like the Jewish people did in World War II. They left Germany. They were like, man, we don't want to be here. You can leave. But like I said, in this day and time, you guys, with unemployment, and every nation has unemployment, with the economy of every nation and how it was, there's not going to be one country that's going to accept 13% of anybody's population. Even though 13% is not a big number, there's not going to be no other country to accept 13% of anybody's population. They're not going to put that kind of stress on their economy. Studio on the Grove says the leaders back then were the change, and then they were killed and squashed. Yeah, absolutely. It was crazy back then. You guys think it's crazy now? It was crazy back then. Shout out to all my Caucasian brothers and sisters who are marching. Like I said before. Being we're only 13% of the population, you guys, thank God for all those Caucasians who are marching over there in the protests. You need those numbers to make an impact. Trust me. You need those numbers. It makes a bigger impact. You know, I credit hip-hop for that. Hip-hop culture for that in a huge way. Because back in like the 50s and 60s, or like the 50s and late 50s into the 60s, through the civil rights movement, you had some white people that were marching with Martin Luther King Jr. in them, but it wasn't as much as like what you see now, right now happening. And I think that's because, you guys, a few different things. I think because there's a few contributors. I think first of all, and I'm not saying anything about this guy. I'm about to say this guy's name. I'm not about to say anything about him as a person, but I'm just saying the first contribution was, I believe, Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show, because he was the first one where you really saw a black man get into the televisions, into the living rooms of white people, and he was like, they showed him as wholesome and things like that. And to the Cosby Show, I don't even think there's been a black sitcom since the Cosby Show that was like the Cosby Show, because the Cosby Show was a black sitcom where the father was a doctor, the mother was a lawyer, and so you had like an intelligent black family, and that intelligent black family also was the first intelligent black family that was being shown into the living rooms of white people all throughout the United States for years and years and years as the Cosby Show ran. Very important. Very important. I think that it starts there with Bill Cosby. I think that's the first thing that you can kind of like contribute to it. Like I said, I'm not talking about him as a person right now, but I'm talking about his show and the impact of him in white, being shown on television in white households. That leads to the second impact, which is President Obama. President Obama was the second impact, you guys. President Obama was the second impact. That to where you had a lot of Caucasian people, first of all, see a black man become president, and then see how a black man can lead the country, and also see a black man in like the same, in the same vein as Bill Cosby's show, see a black man who was intelligent and articulate, super intellectual. Those type of things make a huge difference on society and culture and the way other races view you. So, Bill Cosby, Barack Obama. And I think the third thing that kind of has brought us all together is hip-hop culture. Hip-hop, first of all, you guys, if you guys know hip-hop music, you guys know I'm over here in Asia, I'm in China, right? Hip-hop music, and you guys know I do music, so I'm in the music industry, so I've been for 15 years, so. But hip-hop music, you guys, is the #1 selling music in the world. It just is. Those are just the numbers. So that being the case, you guys, basically, if you look at the United States now, what hip-hop artists are, hip-hop artists, like Drake or whoever it is, Cardi B, whoever it is, hip-hop artists, rap artists, they are to the United States today what rock and roll artists were back in the days. You might as well say hip-hop is like popular music. It's like pop music now in the United States. As a matter of fact, you guys, as a matter of fact, you would be hard-pressed to even find music that wasn't hip-hop. Once you leave the United States, you won't even find music that wasn't hip-hop if it's not like techno music. Studio in the Grove says, my son voted for Obama, his first presidential vote. We cried when he won. He gave us so much hope. Obama did wonder. Let me just say this. See, a lot of people will be like, Obama, especially black people, right? Let me be like, Obama, he didn't do nothing. Let me explain something real quick. Before Obama, you had George W. Bush. Before George W. Bush, you had Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton when Bill Clinton left office, you guys, we're talking about the 2000 election. It was George W. Bush against Al Gore. When Bill Clinton left office, Bill Clinton handed George W. Bush the highest surplus in the economy that the U.S. had ever had. The highest surplus. George W. Bush, in his 8 years, turned the economy around. And remember, the housing bubble popped. You guys remember that? 2007, late 2007. George W. Bush handed Barack Obama the worst economy since the Great Depression. George W. Bush got the best economy, best surplus in the history of the U.S. and George W. Bush handed Obama the worst economy since the Great Depression. Remember when Obama came in, he had to do all those stimulus packages? He had to do the bailouts for Wall Street so the economy wouldn't fall into another depression. It took Obama 8 years to climb up out of the worst economy since the Great Depression that George W. Bush gave him. It took Obama all his 8 years trying to climb up out of that. Not only that, but guess what? Everybody complaining about Obama didn't do enough. Guess what? Not only did he save the country from another Great Depression, not only did he do that. And for y'all black people, him saving Obama saving the country from another Great Depression. If the economy gets bad, who's going to feel it the worst? Minorities, black people. If the economy goes to SHIT, who's going to feel it the worst? The people that are already toward the bottom. So Obama saving the economy from another Great Depression already was helping you out. Doodlebug 4043 DOODLE bug 4043. I see you. But not only that, you guys. Obama got elected. Obama was there for 8 years. For 6 out of the 8 years, he had to deal with a Republican Senate and Republican Congress. Hold on. Hold on. Obama got elected for 8 years. For 6 of the 8 years, he had a Republican-ran Congress, Republican-ran Senate, and Republican-ran House of Representatives. How in the hell does something like that happen? Oh, I know how it happened. Because, see, all the black people, minorities that are complaining that Obama didn't do anything, y'all voted for him for the presidential election, but y'all didn't come out for the in-between elections. See, all y'all wanted to come out and y'all voted for him in 2008 and 2012, but what about 2010? See, because the presidential election is 2008. Y'all voted for him in 2008. What's going on? Helio EIRG_Grizzly. Studio in the Grove says Obama was the president of the whole country, a true leader. Definitely. Even when people dissed him, he brought people together. Even when people were going at Obama and dissing him and treating him with disrespect, he never got disrespectful. He never raised his voice. But for you guys, Obama got elected in 2008, presidential election. You guys, there's things called midterm elections. They happen in between the presidential elections. For example, Obama got elected in 2008. Obama got reelected 2012. But in between 2008 and 2012, there was an election in 2010. That election in 2010, that midterm election, that's the election where you choose the congressmen, the senators, the governors, the judges. That's the election, that's the midterm election. Those are the elections where you choose your state senator, your state congressman, your local judge, your school board. So this is what happened. For all y'all complaining that Obama didn't do enough. This is what happened. Y'all came out and voted in 2008. And then y'all came out and voted for Obama's re-election in 2012. And y'all didn't come out for that midterm in 2010. So y'all let everybody else who was a conservative or Republican, y'all let all of them come out in that midterm 2010 when it wasn't a presidential election. It was a midterm election. The midterm is in between, middle, in between the two presidential elections. Presidential elections 2008, 2012. Midterm was 2010. Y'all didn't come out for that. So now everybody who got elected in 2010 was Republican. Because no Democrats could win, because no Democrats came out to vote for them. No liberals, no progressives, y'all didn't come out to vote for them in 2010. So y'all gave Obama, for 6 of his 8 years, 6 of his 8, y'all gave him a Republican-controlled Congress, Republican-controlled Senate, Republican-controlled House of Representatives, to where they wouldn't pass none of his stuff. So then, y'all the same people that say, oh, Obama ain't do nothing. See, this is why I don't vote. You fucking idiot. The reason why he couldn't do nothing is because you didn't vote. There's a thing going around on, y'all remember when the coronavirus was around? Me, y'all probably don't remember this. Well, it's still around, but when the coronavirus first broke out, there was a thing going around social media. It was a town in Florida, and there was like a black commissioner, and he was yelling at the white mayor, saying like, you could have helped the families and this and that and this and that. It doesn't matter if you guys remember it or not. When that happened, I remember looking at social media, and boy, everybody was saying, man, see, that's how people need to stand up. That's how people need to stand up. These were the same people talking about voting doesn't matter. But yet, they were praising him, saying, that's the type of people we need. That's the type of people need to stand up. Well, how in the hell did he get there? He had to be voted in, you dummies. There was a thing going around social media today that showed that there was a black female judge, and it was a case where she was where a police officer killed an unarmed black man. I think I don't know. I think it was a case from 2015. It was just like kind of going through social media or whatever. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram later. And people in the comments were like, man, because what she did was, her being a black judge, and the color doesn't really matter, but I'm going to get to the point in a second. Her being a black judge, when the case happened and the police officer was found guilty, she gave that police officer that killed that unarmed black man, she gave that police officer the most time he could possibly get. And everybody went in the comments, everybody was like, man, see, yeah, man, that's a real sister, man. That's a real sister. It was the same people talking about voting doesn't matter. Do you guys know how these judges get in? You vote for them. That's how the judges get in. These local judges, like the judges, like when you go, like if you go to to court in your city, in your town, those judges, they are voted in, you guys. So for all of you guys that are like, yeah, man, we need more people like that, but I don't vote. You idiot. The only reason why she got up there is because of voting. But we need more people. But we need more people like that, but you don't vote. So how you expect them to get up there if you don't vote? Elio, good to see you, my brother. Studio on the Grove says strength whispers definitely, weakness screams. You don't got to talk loud to be strong, people. And yes, grassroots hometown voting is so important. Thank you, Studio on the Grove. Love you, sister. Melanie O2, MELANIEH O2. Melanie O2, I see you. You have to vote. For all y'all talking about voting doesn't matter, that's the only way. Either you're going to vote and get more power that way, or you're going to leave the country and try to find another country that accepts 13% of black people leaving the country. Those are the only two options. For all y'all protesters and the looters, both sides, the protesters and the looters, Y'all ain't gonna overthrow the U.S. government. U.S. government can shoot missiles and crush y'all in 30 minutes if they want to. They can crush all these protests. They don't even gotta do that. If the U.S. government just allows the police officers to start shooting live bullets, live rounds, real bullets into these crowds, the protest will be done in one day. It'll be over, you guys. It'll be over. So y'all got two options. Black people can leave the country. 13% of the population, which is black people in the United States, out of 100%, 13% of the population, 13, not 30, 13% of the population, y'all ain't gonna overthrow no damn government. Y'all ain't overthrowing no government with 13% of the population. That's too few people. It ain't gonna happen. RK Johnson 123, I see you. So y'all can either leave the country or y'all can vote, people. Y'all can vote. Like I said the other day, don't be reactive, be proactive. We want to complain when something happens. But guess what? If we had different leadership, then the leadership would put different things in place to where you would have more rights. Student on the Groves, signing off now, but I so respect your voice. Kudos, man. Love you, sis. I'm with you. I'm with you too. And I live for the day when color doesn't matter. Absolutely. Respect and compassion are the things that will carry us through. Stay well. Love you, Studio on the Groves. Studio on the Groves. Y'all go check her out. RK Johnson 123. But some of these white people are fed up with the system also. Absolutely. I was talking about that before you came on, RK. Absolutely. But you're talking about, and I said that, I said shout out to all my Caucasian brothers and sisters that are out there marching with everybody. But you're talking about, you guys, you're talking about the United States. Listen up. When you guys see, like throughout history, when you guys see like Castro in Cuba, right? L4UBC, Obama was a true leader, absolutely. Like if you guys see like Castro in Cuba, Castro overthrew the government. Castro was the leader of the military. It was a military coup. You guys, the United States military is one of the most powerful militaries on the planet. You're not going to overthrow the United States military. You're not going to overthrow the United States military. Another country with a whole military can barely overthrow the United States military, you guys. Unless you're talking about like Russia or China, it'd be a good fight. Other countries with full militaries cannot overthrow the United States government military. So how the hell you think some protesters are going to overthrow the United States government military? Come on, y'all. Like, let's be realistic here. I hear you, RK Johnson 123. I'm just trying to explain to you all that you have to find a logical solution to these issues, or else they will continue. If you don't find a logical solution to these issues, you'll be protesting and complaining over and over for the next 100 years. I love you guys. I'm Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. That's my artist name. I'm a recording artist. One name, three personalities. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. Dogg's kind of like a thug. He's a little bit gangster, sexually explicit, but he loves to have fun. He's a clown. Can't take him seriously. That is Dogg. Anti-Imperial is more in touch with who I truly am. That's why Anti-Imperial is in the center. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. Anti-Imperial is all about upliftment, education, international political science, micro and macroeconomics. Much respect, RK Johnson 123. Vic out here with all the 100 emojis. Much respect, Vic. Much love, much love, much love to everybody. Much love to everybody. Salute. Salute to all my gentlemen. Much love to all my females out there. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all know, man, I love all y'all, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I love all y'all. Man. I just want y'all to be safe, man, and just, be successful in life, man, and just move forward, Anti-Imperial is more of who I truly am. That's why Anti-Imperial is in the middle. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. Anti-Imperial is all about upliftment, education, micro and macroeconomics, international political science, philosophy, psychology, physiology, sociology, and things like that. That is Anti-Imperial. And the chill is a hopeless romantic, all about falling in love, raising a family, and things like that, you guys. Here, this is Diversity Outspoken. And you guys, here on Diversity Outspoken, we meet every month, every Wednesday, every Sunday. I was going to say here on Diversity Outspoken, we have one rule, but I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to the one rule in a second. Diversity Outspoken, you guys. We do this every Sunday and every Wednesday. Peace, RK Johnson. Take care, my brother. Take care, for sure, for sure, for sure. You guys, here at Diversity Outspoken, we do this every Sunday, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. So every Sunday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone, and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. We call this Diversity Outspoken because we speak about a diverse range of topics, meaning that we speak about anything and everything, and we are outspoken or straight to the point about those topics, you guys. You guys, here on Diversity Outspoken, we have one rule. Here's the one rule. We have one rule and one rule only, and that is that you guys remain respectful of Diversity Outspoken as a whole, and you guys remain respectful of one another. We can agree, we can disagree. Just remain respectful of Diversity Outspoken as a whole, and remain respectful of one another. I wouldn't want to block anybody here, but I will if I have to. But I never have to do that with you guys because we're one big happy family, and we always respect one another, you guys. You guys, remember I do a daily historical post, you guys. You guys can always check those out on Instagram and TikTok every single day. It's better on Instagram because Instagram gives me the space to be as detailed as possible. You guys can get in touch with me on Instagram and TikTok at anti_imperial. You see it right here on the shirt. Don't forget that underscore at anti_imperial. At anti_imperial on Instagram and TikTok, you guys. On YouTube, it's just Anti-Imperial with a space in between. The only difference between Instagram and TikTok and YouTube is that Instagram and TikTok is anti_. You have to have that underscore for Instagram and TikTok. And YouTube, there's just no underscore. Instagram and TikTok, underscore. YouTube, no underscore. Instagram and TikTok, underscore. YouTube, no underscore. That's how that goes, you guys. Who is that? Eridania 79, ERIDANIA 79. I see you. L for you, BC says, it's a shame what is happening, but I think the actual president incites violence. Absolutely. President Trump definitely incites violence. Absolutely. 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 L for you, BC, I love you. I love you. I love you. It's all good. Eridania 79, good to see you. You guys, that's the only difference between Instagram and TikTok and YouTube is that Instagram and TikTok, there's an underscore. And YouTube, there's just no underscore space in between. If you guys have me on Instagram, the easiest way to subscribe to my YouTube is go to my Instagram bio page. You guys know on Instagram, you get an Instagram or IG bio page. On my Instagram or IG bio page, you get that one line for a link. And that one line for a link will always be my latest video. So if you guys have me on Instagram, go to my Instagram or IG bio page. You click that link. My video will come up, and that video will be a YouTube video. And once that video comes up, all you have to do is go ahead and hit the subscribe button right then and there. You'll be subscribed, and I'd appreciate that, you guys. That being said, if you are watching this on YouTube, you guys, my Instagram and TikTok links are in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you guys, this will be uploaded onto YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube right now, you guys, my Instagram and TikTok links will be in the description below, and you can get in touch with me that way, you guys. I'd appreciate that. That being said, you guys, I am Dogg, Anti-Imperial to chill. I appreciate it, man. I just love you guys. I want you guys to be safe out there, okay? I want you guys to continue to do what you're doing. Don't let anything or anybody stop you. Fulfill your dreams. If you want to talk about anything, or if you guys get depressed, or if you guys get sad or anything, you guys can reach out to me. One love. Eddie Daniel 79. Peace. L for you, BC. You guys can get in touch with me, you guys. On Instagram is better. Just DM me on Instagram. That's the best way to get in touch with me, you guys. I appreciate it, you guys. Instagram at Anti-Imperial on Instagram. You guys can DM me. And I appreciate that, you guys. If you guys want to talk about anything, or just you guys feel sad, you guys feel depressed, you guys feel happy, you guys have good news you want to share with me, just DM me on Instagram at Anti-Imperial. I love you, L for you, BC. I love you guys out there. You guys take care. Be safe, all right? All right, love you guys. Take care. Peace. Bye-bye. Bye. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.